Hello everyone, this is Maryann here, revealing light tarot, astrology and spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Today I want to look at, first we'll go to the US. It's expected that there will be a Supreme Court decision this week on whether or not Trump is immune and whether or not his trial, January the 6th trial, would be stayed, put off, suspended until after the election. They're two very important matters. With the US Congress stalled on aid to Ukraine, the Ukrainians have told us this weekend, in the last couple of days, that there have been 31,000 of their troops killed in action since the invasion of their country by Vladimir Putin in 2022. 31,000 soldiers killed needlessly through Russian aggression. I want to know, can Ukraine actually drive Russia out of their land? And what happens if they don't get US aid? So we'll have a look at that. Now, I do want to preface that by saying the rest of the world is actually moving ahead and providing funds to Ukraine. But it seems that they're running out of ammunition and they need a lot of help. And I do want to canvass that broader issue. What have we asked Ukrainians to do? Fight the enemy for us. 31,000 soldiers killed. And then we give them aid, but then we don't. And they talk about something like Ukrainian fatigue is setting in. Where does that leave the Ukrainians who are on the front line looking at the congressional debates and hoping against hope they get assistance? They do have long-term security pacts with the UK, Germany and France. And as I said, there's a move now to give them frozen Russian assets. But at the end of the day, what have we asked them to do? Russia is one of the most powerful, thought to be, the US, China, then Russia, armies in the world. And they have an endless supply of troops to draw from. Putin apparently is drawing from the poorer regions in Russia and using those troops as cannon fodder before he moves to the cities where he may encounter pushback. Ukraine doesn't have that luxury. They're a much smaller country, a small country in comparison. So what happens to Ukraine at the end of the day? And should we have done more? Should the world have done more to counteract Putin's threat? He's now, we now know that he's looking at taking his warfare to space, which will impact us all. The UK is in a technical recession. It's tipped that a Labour government will win this time. They've got an election coming up in a few months in 2024. I've already looked at that election and I do think Labour will win, but they will also need the support of a secondary party as well. It's not going to go all their way, but they will be in government. They'll be the majority leader in a new government. Can this technical recession be staved or lifted or improved? Can the economy be improved? And will a Labour government be actually able to do that? All right. Let's also, I do want to look at the future of both in the royal family. I promised I would do that for my UK viewers. I'll draw for the future of Prince William. He's come out and actually almost called for a ceasefire. He's come out very much in support of those suffering in Gaza at this time. It was a very, very brave thing for him to do. And, of course, immediately media was saying, oh, he's got a target on his back now that he did that. Well, I thought that leaders are supposed to be brave. They're supposed to lead. Okay, so we'll look at Prince William's future. We'll also look at Prince Harry. He has won 2 major lawsuits against Fleet Street Media, Murdoch Media, or the media in the UK, for illegally tapping his phone. And of course, we know that the reporting is horrendous about the royal family, including Prince Harry and his wife. So we'll look at Prince Harry's future. Is he going to return? All right, so let's get started. I've also got my dowsing rods, so I may use those in the readings. Let's get started with the immunity. I've already read on that, and I do feel that they will not find that Trump is immune from criminal prosecution. That would be absolutely ludicrous. I can't see that ever happening. But the stay, I did find that they were in disagreement. There was a lot of disagreement between the Supreme Court justices. This might be what's holding up the immunity, that some feel that that trial should be delayed until after the election. Let's see. Okay, so will they find or uphold the appeals court's findings that Trump is not immune? Will they find he is not immune from prosecution? Well, first of all, okay, will we find that out this week? Will this decision be handed down this week? So we get the King of Cups. That is my card for the DOJ, and then we get Russia. The big news, of course, is that Republicans are doing the bidding. Republicans are in the Congress. Some Republicans, not all, are in partnership with Putin now, using a Russian informant to try and impeach the current president. I never thought I'd hear myself saying that. But that's not the question I asked. Will we hear this week? We got the Four of Coins. So there's been a need to delay this. This is standing the ground. This is saying no to something. So there are justices who want this held over. We get the Nine of Coins in the past. So this is an independence, but that's in the past. And we get the Six of Cups. The past is crowning this reading. What's the immediate future? The Five of Coins. So there are, I think the majority want this to go ahead, but there are those holding back who perhaps aren't in the majority. We get the current situation is the King, the Knight of Swords and the Fool card. So the truth and a new start. So the other alternative argument is that the voters deserve to know the truth. They won't get that before the election without a trial. Hopes and fears, Page of Coins. I think ultimately one justice is, and you can guess who that might be, is holding this up. So we get the Nine of Swords, anxiety. And the Tower in reverse. I don't read reversals, but that is in reverse. So I feel that you'll get a decision this week. That was the question I asked. But there is much, much more in these cards. I think that they won't grant the stay. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's do a clarification. With that Tower reversed, it means that whatever's been stuck is freed. And I got that Tower before when I read on the SCOTUS. So I feel that this reading is telling me that that they will find that the public voters have a right to know before the election. So I don't think it will be stayed until after the election. Is this correct? Will it be... will they vote against a stay? Will they vote against a stay? Will the majority vote against the stay? So we get the Eight of Swords. Restriction. There's there's dissension going on, but then there's a breakthrough. That's been the hold up. We will find out this week, I feel. We get the Knight of Coins, consistency. There's been back and forth and toing and froing. The decision, the crossroads, and then we get it coming through fairly quickly. So they're not going to hold the trial up anymore. I think there will be a decision this week. The hold up has been arguing back and forth, dissension from one or more of the justices. So let's just quickly draw on the immunity question. So there's not going to be a stay. It's likely we will hear this week, with the caveat that timing is difficult with the tarot. Okay, but I do feel those cards are telling me it was stuck and then it's released. Okay, so will they find him? Will they find he does not have immunity from criminal prosecution or uphold the appeals court's findings? Yes or no? Will they find he is not immune from prosecution, criminal prosecution? Will they uphold the appeal court's findings or send it back or whatever they do? King of Coins. So we get that. That's my card for Trump. And then we get the Two of Swords. Interesting. The Three of Coins tells me that we'll get a decision again. The Three of Coins talks about building something. What are they building? Coming together. Palace of Coins. So stability, I feel, and stability can't be served if presidents are immune from criminal prosecution. We get the Star card in the sky, the Queen of Cups. Again, I feel you'll look to one of the Amy Coney Barrett will surprise us. She will vote, I think, with the other. I think there are probably two justices who may have another opinion on this, but I think that she is a clincher vote. The Ten of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's really hard getting to the truth. It feels like it's taking forever. These are decisions of such great consequence. The Nine of Wands, there has to be a barrier. If they don't put up a barrier, then again, as you've heard media say again and again, the Navy SEALs, what is it, SEAL Team 6, whatever it is, will can go in and murder the president's opposition and on his orders and get away with it. We have the Six of Coins. That's a yes card. But we also have anxiety around this as well, and the past. And it really is an anxiety around the past. What has happened in the past? What happened in the past was January the 6th. And also an anxiety around Trump's, the ex-president's base. But we get the Eight of Coins, the law, and then we get, again, my card, it seems, for all of these trials, the Ten of Swords. We could hear, I'm going to take a punt, we could hear within 2 days. Three of Cups, unity coming together, and then quick movement of something. So I think that they will find he is not immune from criminal prosecution, interesting, prosecution, and they will not hold the trial up anymore. Okay, and I think you're going to get that this week with my disclaimer around tarot not being all that good with timing. Sometimes it can be spot on. I've made predictions in the past where I've said you'll hear on Thursday, and you have. But anyway, that's the reading as I see it. Okay, let's go to Ukraine. It's a really hard situation there. My early readings documented and predicted their progress, and indeed they were. They drove Russia back. They fought the good fight. They even triumphed against the Wagner mercenaries. Remember, what was that in Bakhmut? And they were able to land some really, really good strategic victories. And then Putin worked on the I was going to say the Russian lawmakers in America, but the lawmakers in America, and the aid and the funding was stalled at a time when Ukraine needed it the most. I think when we look back, I said that they needed weapons, artillery. I think it was around the Christmas of 2022, 2023. So that period of time, that delay where they didn't get what they needed cost them their offensive. And I said that at the time. So let's take a look. It's just so sad. We are asking Ukraine to do the impossible, to push back an army so he won't invade our countries, so we can defeat the dictator. We're asking them to do that, put themselves on the line, and then we are so fickle that we say, well, sorry, we don't want to give you anything more. So where does that leave Ukraine? Very, very sad situation when you look at it like that. Can they drive Putin out? Let's see. Can they drive Putin out? Can they drive... Again, I still see Putin's relationship with his the Russian Orthodox Church. He is kneeling in front of a religious figure. I don't know why I'm getting this image. Okay, can Ukraine drive Russia out of its land? Can Ukraine drive Russia out of its land? I'm seeing newborn babies. That's the population. They just, I mean, even giving them all that they need. It's like it's manpower. I mean, maybe they need to bring some mercenaries in to their war to fight for them. Okay, so let's have a look. Can Ukraine drive Russia out of their lands? So we get here the Ten of Cups, the families, the baby. There's the baby there. Families, the family card. And then we get the Four of Swords, retreat. And just death. I mean, that really sums it all up. So very sad. So very sad. The Palace of Wands. So in this deck, I'm using the Tarot of Dreams. There are major arcana. They are not short on bravery and motivation, but the sacrifices are very, very high. They are, in effect, trying to protect their homeland. We have the Fool card in the past. Again, they were able to repel Russia's assault on their lands, and particularly drive them back from Kiev. We have the Six of Swords. Okay, so moving on, healing. That's in the sky, moving out of troubled waters. Okay, so that's good. Hope is still there. We get the Seven of Swords. Of course, lies, deceit, and someone making off with their weaponry in the dead of night. It is what is going on now, which can turn the tide of this war, not getting what they need. There's lies and deceit here as well. They feel like they, in a way, they are begging for artillery and weaponry and military aid. They're begging for it. But in a way, they feel like they've been deceived. The Eight of Cups in the here and now, a lot of loss, walking away from what no longer serves us. They've lost territory. The Seven of Wands, the atmosphere around not giving up, defending themselves. It is quite... Anyway, the Two of Swords in the hopes and fears, facing a crossroads. It's not just Ukraine that faces the crossroads, it's the world. So if the world can't help, then do we have to wait till it comes to our door, till there's a weapon in space, until we are under the threat from a dictator? There's a great deal of disappointment, but there is one cup left. There is always hope left. 3 cups lost, 1 cup remaining. The Palace of Swords, again, great clarity. And the Queen of Swords, planning, objectivity. And then the Knight of Swords. Yeah, they're not done yet. Ukraine's not done yet. They are bitterly disappointed. Can they drive Russia out of their lands? I don't see the Emperor card. I don't see that would be Putin. We get the Chariot and something coming to fruition in time. If they don't get aid, Putin could actually overrun Ukraine. However, that's not going to happen, because we get the potential is that they could, I don't think they're going to beat Russia out of their territory, but they're not going to be overrun either. They still have, they're very disappointed, but they still have one ace up their sleeve. They still have planning. The Knight of Wands, they still have movement. Oops, there goes the rods. I'll pick those up in a moment. Can they, what are we going to ask? Can they, what is this Ace of Cups? What's this Ace of Cups? Or this cup, one cup remaining? Boundaries. So there could actually be a shrinking of Ukraine, some kind of deal done, and the Four of Coins. Yeah. And the Knight of Coins, consistency. So we get victory here, the Truth, the Two of Coins, and the Hanged Man. There will be a pause at some point in the future in this fight. They may have to give up some territory, but Russia will not take all of Ukraine. They will not let that happen, regardless of what the West does or doesn't do. Let me pick up those rods, that rod that fell. Okay, I'm going to ask the rods. Okay, so will Ukraine ultimately do a deal? Oh, first of all, show me yes, please. Show me yes. So when they cross that way, that's yes. Show me no. Sorry, let me bring them back. Show me no. Okay, when they do that, that's no. Okay. All right, so let's see. Can Ukraine beat Vladimir Putin? Can Ukraine beat the Russians? It's more of a stalemate, but that's a no. Okay, so let's get that out up front. They made magnificent gains to begin with, but now it's set in, the battle is set in, and Putin just keeps drawing from these areas, these poorer areas, and but make no mistake, is Putin what's okay? Hang on, let's see. Okay, so it's almost like he's actually getting counsel. Is Putin getting counsel from this church leader? Yeah, that's why I keep seeing him. It's almost like a Rasputin type of person. Okay, so will Ukraine have to do a deal with Russia? Will Ukraine? Yeah, I saw that after they didn't get the artillery they needed during 22-23. It was a crucial time. I felt they may have to then start to do a deal. It looked like they could go all the way, but there were missteps. And I think in hindsight, we've asked too much for them. They will ultimately do some kind of deal, whether it's with Putin or a new leader, and in Russia, and the war will draw to a close. But I will say this: Russia will never have Ukraine. Russia will never have Ukraine. Okay, so all of Ukraine. So will Ukraine ever get NATO membership? Will Ukraine ever get NATO membership? Okay, that's undetermined at the moment. Okay, will they ever get provisional membership? Will Ukraine get provisional membership of NATO? Will Ukraine ever get provisional membership of NATO? I think that's definitely a possibility. I never thought that would happen, but maybe that's their reward at the end of the day. Okay, so will Ukraine get membership of the EU? And yes, they will. So at the end of the day, what is likely to happen is that ultimately there will be some kind of deal done for the southeastern parts of Ukraine to become parts of Russia. However, Russia will never have Ukraine, all of Ukraine at all. So there will be some haggling over territory and deals made, and it looks like Ukraine gets membership of the EU. That's a clear yes. And I can see provisional membership of NATO. Now, what would that entail? Well, it's a step toward Ukraine having long-term protection in the future. All right, let's go to the UK now. Let's go to the UK. If Putin thinks he's going to win the war, he's not. If he thinks he's going to usurp all of Ukraine into Russia, he is not. He is not. And I don't think it matters what the MAGA Republicans do or don't do at this stage. All right, let's go to the UK. UK is in a technical recession. And they've just been, since withdrawal from Brexit, tore the country in two. The days of Boris Johnson and the haves and have-nots. The condition of their National Health Service, inflation in their country, they've suffered. And as someone with ancestry in Scotland and Ireland, and indeed also in England, I have a lot of empathy. They're very, very strong, courageous people, and they're going through a bit of a tough time. So let's have a look. Will the recession lift? Well, first of all, will Labor be elected in the upcoming election? Will Keir Starmer's Labor Party be elected in the upcoming election? It's like a meteorite I'm seeing. They want new starts. The UK people want a new start. The 10 of Cups. He will be elected on the understanding that he improves things. Whether he can or whether he can't, I don't know. We'll ask that. The Palace of Wands. So that's wish fulfillment and a motivation on supercharge. You're going to see a tremendous result here. The Queen of Swords, women voters, logic, planning, the feminine. That's interesting. So I think the women in the UK will want a change. We get the Two of Cups, commitments that he's made, and we get celebration, unity. These look good, in the 10 of Coins. Okay, so I don't need to go any further. Labor will win that. I still think they will need. The other minor party. Is it the Liberal Democrats? I can't remember the name of the party. They also do well as well. The 10 of Pentacles. People are wanting greater opportunities to, like, it's wealth creation. They want more. They want a new start, and they are feeling the pinch, and they want more. So, can Labor lift? Can Labor policies improve the UK economy? Can Labor policies improve the UK economy? Can Labor policies improve the UK economy? Yeah, they could actually help with inflation of food. Like, I'm just seeing, yeah, okay, so there she is. There's a woman member in the Labor Party that's actually going to do really, really good, really well. I don't know what portfolio she gets, but there's plans and strategies to lift the economy. And I get the King of Coins. Okay, so, and the Queen of Wands. So they've got plans, new plans and policies which are going to make a difference. I get the Sun card. These are all very, very strong yeses. What else do I need to say? New policies are going to increase and spread the wealth. They're going to tackle inflation. They're going to bring forward. So I think they're going to actually help the people in the home, the people in the homes, the families in the homes, trying to make ends meet. Planning, manifestation. If plan A doesn't work, we go to plan B. It's not going to be instantaneous. It's not going to be suddenly everything becomes better. But the outcome card that I got was the Ace of Coins. So there's a new start coming, and I asked, will they improve the economy? And they will. Okay, so let's go to the Royals now. I also promised I would look again. Sorry, I just saw movement of spirit in the room. So let's tune into Prince William. Prince William first. The Ace of Cups again. It's like the Royals and it's like the UK needs a reset. Okay, so Prince William. What am I seeing for Prince William? Yeah, deep in thought about the throne and about what he needs to do when his time comes. But I see him on the throne alone. Okay, so show me Prince William. Prince William, just what do we need to know about Prince William at the moment? A very courageous move supporting ceasefire and the Palestinians at a time when there's so much division. Okay, so what do we need to know about Prince William? Prince William. Many, many moons. I'm just seeing a lot of moons. The soul. I don't know if he's conflicted. He's in a period of introspection about the future. Okay, Prince William, what do we need to know about Prince William? So we got the Four of Coins, yeah, holding back, insecurity, the Sun in Capricorn. Yeah, it's like he's walled himself off in a way. And we've got the past. The past is... It's almost like the past is catching up with him, deep in thought about the past. This can also be moving into our higher self. All human beings have these periods of time of emotional, psychological, spiritual development. We get the King of Cups, that's wisdom and emotional maturity. It's water sign. I know that he's a Gemini, but he's very much on the cusp of Cancer, I think, and Gemini. Okay, so we get the Eight of Coins. It's in the past. It's like it's almost like he needs to reinvent himself. The Five of Coins in the sky, like, you know, it's like the hermit energy. Like he's alone. It's like he's been locked out, or feeling like he's been locked out. We get the Wheel of Fortune in the immediate future. Things improving for him. Jupiter energy, expansion. And the Star card, hope. He must really, I don't know, there's some kind of dark night of the soul here. The High Priestess, things that aren't revealed yet. Darkness into darkness, the key to all mystery. The darkness and the light in the here and now. So we get hope, but we also get something that hasn't been revealed yet. He's at a crossroads in the hopes and fears and having to make decisions here. But we do get him coming out again, synchronizing that energy with new starts, the Ace of Coins, and we get control. He's moving into his power and new starts. This is a time of introspection and endings for him. But he's going to be okay. Let's look at Prince Harry. I think the question I have for Prince Harry is, will he come back to the UK? Will Prince Harry come back to the UK and with his wife? We're not going to ignore his wife. Will Harry and Meghan ever work on behalf of the royals again? Will they help in any way in the future? Will Harry and Meghan, I mean, they have a number of charities they support and initiatives that they support. And from what I can see, yes, they're very happy. Will they ever come back to the UK? Okay, so we get here the Five of Swords coming up. It's a lot of the stories about obstacles, challenges, issues. They're true. Will Prince Harry and Meghan ever come back to the UK and help in the future? Right now, I don't know. So we get the Empress, the children, motherhood, and we get justice here. It's a very karmic card, the Justice card. We get the Faith card, which is the Hierophant card in this deck. Faith, a higher source. The Chariot is in the past. There could be already talks going on here about how they might be able to contribute. We get the Two of Pentacles, weighing up one's options, very, very difficult decisions. The Knight of Cups, an offer of something. The Three of Swords, heartbreak and loss, very hard to repair the damage on both sides there. The King of Wands, bravery, stepping forward. Now, I ultimately think those brothers will reconcile, but we have so much toxicity there, so much baggage. We do get the Ten of Coins, the family card. And we get the Knight of Swords, swift movement, and then the King of Swords. Okay, so there we get William's energy coming through, and the Two of Cups. They are currently in talks to come back in some way. There's a lot to be worked through, but they are, and they will. Wow. Which means that the brothers will reconcile, which is what I thought. Let's just check on that. So it's a way off yet, though. Will Prince William and Prince Harry ever reconcile? Right. It is as I've read in the past. They will eventually reconcile, but it's a long way to go. All right, that's the reading for the here and now. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't bother saying it. What's that? Love, more love. So there's a lot of hope in those readings. A lot of hope and winding up old conflicts and with a lot of introspection, moving through that with that hermit energy, moving through into the light of day and into new eras. The Supreme Court, though, don't underestimate who's dissenting, who wants to see it held over till after the election. They're not going to win, but they are. Some of them are wanting to hold up this January the 6th trial. They won't succeed. All right, bye for now.